Hello, everyone, and welcome to sunny Texas, where you can let the warm southern hospitality wash over you as you get settled in for 5 days of cycling on picturesque country roads. Just like our Texas Ride Camp, you'll be based out of Fredericksburg, Texas, a quaint city with a unique German heritage that you will see in its delightful bakeries, bustling Main Street, charming boutiques, and distinctive architecture. Fun fact, Fredericksburg was founded in 1846 and named after Prince Frederick of Prussia. Old-time German residents often referred to Fredericksburg as Fritztown, a nickname that is sometimes still used in businesses. Fredericksburg is the heart of Texas wine country, with peach orchards, pecan groves, and loads of live music. There is a casual cowboy charm that values simplicity and comfort over the lavish vibes that some of our other destinations have, and this is all part of its charm. I've been guiding here since we started doing ride camps in 2019, as they mentioned, and it has been one of my absolute favorite places to ride. So let's start talking about riding. The rides are great for level 2 riders, and if you're looking for a little more of a challenge, there are plenty of options for level 3. Obviously, we do ride camps here, so there are definitely lots of options for various ride levels. The meandering byways, gentle ascents, and bike-friendly rural highways that surround the area are perfect for exploring on 2 wheels. This is a pic from day 4 where you ride out to Willow City. This is one of my favorite rides. Actually, a lot of the rides are my favorite rides, but this is definitely one of my favorite rides. If you look closely, you're going to see the boots on the fence posts, which go out for a few hundred yards. And at the beginning of the boots, there's actually a small wooden sign painted like the Texas flag, but with a boot where the star is supposed to be. This is definitely a spot where you're going to stop and take a few pics because it is classic kitschy Texas. I've been out there tons of times, and every time I go out, I stop and take the same pic because it's just so classic. This pic itself is actually a great pic of the beautiful limestone chip seal roads that you're going to be riding on most of the time. One thing you're going to encounter on this trip more than others are cattle guards. Not something we have on lots of our trips, so something I always want to bring up. They look more intimidating than they actually are, and after you go over them 1 or 2 times, you're going to be a pro, but this is something I always want to mention. On the second day, you're going to head over to the magical and mystical Enchanted Rock State Park Natural Area. This has a massive pink granite dome rising above central Texas that has drawn people for thousands of years. You'll actually see it on your ride out. You're going to see it over to the left before you get to a locally famous climb called Welgenhausen. And this is the little bit of a climb that you have, a punchy little climb before you descend into the state park. Once you get to the state park and see it up close, you're going to kind of see, as this picture shows, kind of how it's like a big onion with layers of granite kind of peeling off. It's just something indescribable. Very, very cool. The following day, we ride out toward Old Tunnel State Park, which is celebrated for being the smallest state park in Texas and home to a historical railroad tunnel that houses approximately 3 million bats that emerge at dusk from late spring to early fall. The tunnel is 962 feet long, took 6 months to dig, and was the only train tunnel and most expensive project in state history at the time it was built. The Old Tunnel State Park presents a stunning show for nature lovers, history buff, and sightseers alike. On the way out there, you're going to pass by Bankersmith, Texas. Bankersmith was founded in 1913 as a train station for the railway running between Fredericksburg and Comfort from 1913 to 1942 that used the tunnel. That's Old Tunnel State Park. So the tunnel was a very expensive project that wasn't used for very long. The town and the rail station drew its name of Bankersmith from Temple Doswell Smith, who was an important Fredericksburg bank president who financed the railroad. During the 1920s, Bankersmith reached its peak population of approximately 50, but after the railroad abandoned the line in 1942, its population dwindled until it became a ghost town. Bankersmith is another great picture spot that you will definitely want to stop and take a few pics. Last time I was there, they had goats living in an old bus out back, which another great picture spot. On your last morning here, you're going to hop on your bikes and ride out to what we call Cherry on Top Loop. This is a great way to end your trip. You go out northwest of town, hop on Old Mason Road, one of my favorites, and connect with Cherry Mountain Loop, and then head on back. And a great way to reward yourself after 5 days of riding, if you haven't done so already, is treating yourself to a slice of pie from the family-run Fredericksburg Pie Company. Everything here is made from 3 ingredients: sugar, butter, and lots of love. It is usually open only Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and it often sells out of pies. So if you want a piece of pie, you definitely should. Make sure to call first and make sure that they're open. Our home for this trip is the fantastic Fredericksburg Inn and Suites. It is situated just 1 block from Main Street in the downtown Fredericksburg area. It is a short walk from the city's best restaurants, shops, museums, and art galleries. You're going to love relaxing in one of the 2 pools it has. One is heated, one is not. The one that is not is great to jump into after a long, hot ride. So relaxing and refreshing. There's also a hot tub. And the bike room and the outdoor fireplace, which are located right by the hot tub, are great places to hang out and get to know your fellow cyclists. You're also surrounded by some great local wines and beer. There are over 100 wineries and vineyards in the area, and there's a great local brewery called Allstadt. It's just one of the local favorites that you always want to check out. It's German, has a restaurant, the red premises, and kind of that German architecture. And while we're on the topic of non-cycling activities, Fredericksburg and the surrounding area is known for its amazing live music. You can listen to live music in Fredericksburg at Crossroads Saloon, the Club at Barron's Creek, Western Edge, Altdorf Beer Garden, Hondo's on Main. Hondo's on Main is one of the classic places. You want to definitely catch a live show there if you can, and many, many more. Just check the local calendar and see where places where shows are going on. Outside of town, you can go to Bankersmith, obviously the place you stopped at in Old Tunnel State Park. They also have live music there, great place to see it. But you can't talk about seeing live music without talking about Luckenbach. Yes, Luckenbach, the one made famous in the song by Waylon Jennings. Luckenbach is 13 miles southeast of Fredericksburg and named after Karl Albert Luckenbach. Luckenbach was first established as a community trading post, one of the few that never broke a peace treaty with the Comanche Indians with whom they traded. Its oldest building is a combination general store and saloon, reputedly opened in 1849. And actually, this picture here, which that little statue there is Hondo, is where you kind of go to the post office general store there, and the saloon is in the back. So you can grab some souvenirs, grab a beer. It's awesome. Luckenbach's population increased to a high of 492 in 1904, but by the 1960s, it was almost a ghost town. A newspaper advertisement offering, quote, town population 3 for sale led actor Gooch Cook and Hondo Crouch of Hondo's on Main, a rancher and Texas folklorist, to buy Luckenbach for $30,000 in 1970. They used the town's rights as a municipality to govern the dance hall as fit, which I'm sure was a little looser than other towns in the area, which then allowed it to have many unique festivals, including Luckenbach's Women's Chili Cook-Off and the first Luckenbach World's Fair, where Willie Nelson made a surprise appearance. In fact, he must have liked it so much. And in the 1990s, the town hosted several of Willie Nelson's 4th of July picnics. This is a one-of-the-kind place that you don't want to miss when you visit the area. Last but certainly not least, the food here is tasty and hearty. Texans certainly know barbecue. And there's also a strong German influence, as we talked about before. So you can actually get sauerkraut and Tex-Mex in the same restaurant. So if you have people of differing tastes, this is one of the few areas where you can get sauerkraut and Tex-Mex at the same place. If you're a vegan, this is Texas, so it's a little more of a challenge, but our guides will work very hard to accommodate your dietary needs. While Texas doesn't always come up immediately to the average cyclist, it definitely should. The riding here is fantastic, and you will definitely have an experience of a lifetime. I love it. I've been there. I've been going back for years and been there for, months and months. And I always enjoy going back to explore more, see the roads. It's just an amazing place. So hopefully I'll see you out on the roads there sometime. Back to you guys.